Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 207. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
And as you can see, either down here or over there, or I don't know, because it always changes once we finish recording. We have our friend Charles on the show this week. Charles, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Hi everybody. First off, congratulations on episode 200. Thank you for letting me contribute a little slightly to it. It was nice to hear that the last thing at the end was me doing BB sucks. And also for the audience, these two yo-yos have violated the Geneva Convention because they got me up at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. But it's for good reason, because for probably the first time in the history of ever, and probably will be the last time, I beat the two of them into getting a hands on a console that was brand spanking new.
Well, in my defense, I didn't order it. Because it was a handheld. It was just because I plunked down like $600 on something else. So I thought, I kind of already spent enough money.
Yeah. Where I don't know the value of $1 yet. I don't have some things I didn't pre-order recently, and some things I happened to wake up very early for and ordered anyway.
Yes.
So we're gonna get
when is your car getting repossessed?
No, that's so far as good to
working. You won't need it.
So far good to go. So basically what we're going to talk about first, we have two big drops, shipments. Wow, that reminds me of another shipment I think we should touch on very quickly, Ant.
Oh yeah, let's open it up, because you know what, they have definitely fallen out of my good graces.
Yeah, I saw the update and I just started shaking my head and I felt bad for you guys, and also made me realize it's a good thing I didn't order one.
So for those of us who pre-ordered, we got the wonderful email from Polymega advising us that due to something
like retail issues,
due to retail issue.
No, this is worth reading on the podcast. So you know what? Everybody bear with me for one moment while I pull it up. Here we go. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Dear customer, regrettably, we have run into an issue with one of our retail partners that will result in a delay of the worldwide launch of Polymega into February of 2021. Please accept our apologies for the last-minute change of plans, and as always, we appreciate your patience. Without you, our supporters and fans, we wouldn't have been able to make this incredible project a reality. If you have questions about your order or need to contact support, please send us a message here.
I have Titanic vibes. You know what I mean? Like when the band is just playing on the sinking ship.
Well, here's my question to Polymega. You're having an issue with a retailer. What about everybody who pre-ordered it that you're supposed to just directly mail it to? I don't know, like, is there something else I'm missing with the whole retail part?
Could they mean, I mean, sometimes they say retailer, it could mean something that's part of the system that they include in the packaging. Like, not like,
it could
in other words, it's probably not Walmart's fault, which I think you're kind of what you feel like it might be the situation. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like because the Atari VCS fell into that trap. I think the Intellivision might have fallen into that trap. But look, they're on order. We've already paid. When we get them, we get them. But yeah, it's getting rough. You know, Charles, I know you didn't pre-order a system like that, but I mean, would that like cause you to
even out?
Say what?
Is the Atari VCS even out, or is it still delayed?
But I just got an email now verifying my address. So usually that means we're getting there. Now, granted,
here's one thing to consider. Here's one thing to consider, because we all know how effed up this year has been. You know, there's a chance that the production issues are because of the plague, because look at the lockdown we had, you know, first overseas and now here back in March and April, where production on almost every non-essential went down. So you got to figure that has to play into it. So, you know, chalk another one up for 2020.
Agreed. I think we both agree with you on that one, Charles. It's just that for those productions that were stalled because of the pandemic, they told us it was because of the pandemic.
And they should, because
you know,
people are more understandable when they know exactly what's going on.
Well, and not
Yeah,
only
don't make
that,
that
like
PS3.
I was gonna say, not only that, but I thought the expectation from them was it was coming in November. So to wait until almost mid-November to say, "Hey, we're falling behind again," it's like you would have known this a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
And also what confuses me is I guess what's on hold if they sent out so many demo kits to
Yeah,
people. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. But that's where we're at. So we're looking at February for the Polymega, April for the Intellivision, and hopefully a few more weeks for the Atari VCS. All of
yeah,
which I have on order.
yeah. Well, and which I find funny because you have all of those systems on order, but there are certain systems that may or may not have come out this week that you didn't pre-order. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I might wait for the VCS to come out and see what it's like before I decide on whether or not I actually get one.
We'll definitely
Agreed.
do a special episode on that one. But let's talk about this one that Charles got Charles got the jump as far as getting it. I feel like I got the jump as far as trying to get it, and Anthony just gave up altogether. So, ladies
No,
and
Anthony
gentlemen,
didn't even
Charles,
try.
Yeah,
That's what I
Andy didn't
said.
even
Oh,
try. It's not his thing.
well, when I say give up, no, I think he
You
would.
know
He
what?
would. He's gonna get it.
Here, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna try right now while you talk about it.
Okay, good. We'll give you something to do. There's three of us. So we are talking about, and Charles, get ready to unveil it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game & Watch Super Mario Brothers. Yes, upside
That's
down in
upside
all its
down.
glory. That, of course, is Retro Gamer is perfect.
Oh,
There it
yes.
is. That
I
looks
can see the
good. Hey, there,
reflection
yeah,
of our Zoom
on the screen
screen.
again. Look at that, two of them.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Charles, you've been on the show a bunch of times before, even though I've
Mhm.
advocated not to.
Ouch.
But you are, no, I'm kidding. You are
Just
with
because you
me.
thought I broke your Virtual Boy
You
that
did
day.
break it. You did break
No, I
it.
didn't.
Really
Um,
quickly, how long did it take you guys to get it?
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, first
'Cause
off, I didn't
I'm
sleep
done.
Thursday night.
Oh, you. Oh no, Amazon.
It's also not the first day, so you get half street credit.
Sure, whatever. 30 seconds.
So here's
That's
where
what
we're
she
at.
said.
First of all,
Too many times. That's why I'm single.
there we go. Me and you both, buddy. Charles, let's talk because you're the only one with it in hand. How do you enjoy? Wow, I don't even know where I had that. Three questions in one.
How is
First of all, your
it?
thoughts on it? Yeah, honestly.
I love it. I love it. Mary's already tried it. Mary loves it. I didn't go right at midnight like you did, because I knew I wasn't going to get it. So I actually really didn't sleep much Thursday night, probably in anticipation, or I'll just use that as an excuse. But I woke up at like 9 o'clock. I had windows up for Best Buy, Target, Wally World, and Amazon. Best Buy was actually the easiest one to use because it kept updating in real time, and when it was ready, the yellow buy now box came up, so I clicked it. I was able to pick it up at one of my local Best Buys, and as you saw from the pictures I sent you guys privately, I opened it in the parking lot to make sure it actually worked. And
Smart
so
man.
here it is. Okay,
So
Game
first-
Watch. It's less than it's not even a third of a pound. It's very, very lightweight. Unlike the old Game & Watches, which you could kill a small animal with.
That's what I like those. They were good for, if you walk down a dark alley, just in
Oh,
case.
yeah. Yeah, so you have the D-pad here, obviously, the BA, and the yellow, and the three buttons up here, game, time, and set and pause. So power button is on this side, and this port here is the USB charger, 8 hours, 8-hour lasting on a 3-hour charge, which isn't that bad. And it looks like it matches up. It also looks like it matches up with the modern Samsung Android phones, like a Galaxy 8.
That looks like a USB-C. So yeah, basically any USB-C connector.
Cool.
So power button, very simple. Turn it on, and if you could see, this is the time display.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Very nice.
Mario running around, but there's
Yep.
different ones. And then if you hit the button in the middle, it'll change the background, and that's how the time changes.
I thought you changed
Nice.
the time by hitting the button.
Yeah, the
what
timing
kind of
there was
feature is
really
that?
Oh, why, thank you. But this,
Um,
this is how you change the background. To set it, the pause button works as the set button,
Mhm.
and you just scroll up and down with the D-pad, and
That's
A
bright,
the option, and
It's
that's
definitely
pretty much
bright.
it.
right? I mean,
What's
it's
Oh yeah,
bright.
it is
So it's
very
got a
bright, and it is very sharp. and it is very smooth, which was a very good surprise. So to choose the game, let's see, you hit game, and here comes your menu. You have either the original Super Mario Brothers, my favorite, the original Super Mario Brothers 2 on the Japanese version because they thought us Americans were too dumb for it, and the old ball game, which is actually pretty good.
I like
So
that game. That's a good game.
I ran through the original Super Mario Brothers yesterday, and once you go through it, you get a menu choice. As you can see, you can either choose normal or hard.
Really?
For
What is
those
that all about?
who have played the game, once you go through it the first time, basically it's a little bit faster, and instead of Goombas, all the Goombas are turned into Fuzzy Beetles.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
now.
wow.
Okay. Yeah. I
Okay.
got you.
So
Screen size. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
back to Super Mario 2. It also has that same issue, in the original Super Mario 2, to unlock the A, B, C, D levels, you have to go play all through 8 times without warping to unlock the quote unquote lost levels. So you still get the Mario Luigi choice. Because of course I started it, so I'll reset it for you guys.
While you're doing that, let me ask you, screen compared to, because again, you're into the handheld just like I was. Screen size, what would you say that's comparable to as far as the Game Boys?
Game Boy Advance. It's a little bit smaller than a Game Boy Advance, but it's very bright, and you can see how smooth it's running. I mean,
That's
a
awesome.
couple of times I had to squint a little bit because I'm getting old with my eyesight and everything, but it runs really, really smooth. I'll start it so you can hear what the sound is like.
Nothing. All right.
And to adjust the sound, you hit pause.
He knows it, so I think I go the other way.
Yeah.
You just muted it.
You muted it. Turn it all the way up.
Hey, I tried.
Let's hear that puppy.
I
And
tried.
I like the color scheme that it looks like a Famicom.
You guys able to hear
There
it?
we go.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
We don't have to pay for the rights for it, so I'll start talking now. No, that sounds really, really good. And it looks like, because it has the Famicom look to it, just a giant Game Boy Micro, if you want to, because with the overlay on the Game Boy Micro. So yeah, that's looking awesome. So you able to pick it up day of?
Yeah. So let me explain one more thing. Let me explain one more thing about Mario 2. When you go to the title screen, and give it a chance to die again. When you go through each time, a coin will pop up right above the Bros, right next to Super. And then when you go through 8 times, if you hold down the A button when you press start, that's how you access the secret levels. And that's your video. What was the name of that old
retro review?
Yeah, not retro review.
Spotlight. Retro Spotlight.
The one for the secrets.
Oh,
the one for the secret.
No, what do we used to call that? Did you know? Or
I don't remember.
Yeah, probably. Why not? Did you know?
I don't know, but okay, that's our session for today.
There you go.
You guys get us to know about our own show. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I know exactly. Look, we haven't done that in so long.
Exactly.
So Charles ordered it day of, which dropped on Friday the 13th. Picked it up that day.
$49.99.
Yeah, $49.99 plus
tax.
tax.
I was surprised it was so cheap. Well, not as expensive, but it's worth it because everything is smooth, the gameplay is smooth, and the graphics for how small it is. Wow. And here I am trying to explain to Mary what the old Game & Watches were like, and
well, let her play ball and you'll see.
No, she played it. She liked it, actually.
Oh, cool.
So remember, this thing's only available till March, the end of March. So Charles picked it up day of. Anthony just ordered it as we speak.
6 minutes ago.
And hopefully maybe Anthony will put up the graphic that I put up on our Instagram page. I tried ordering it 5 times from Best Buy, starting at 2:15 a.m., which I woke up on Friday at 2:15, not because of the Game & Watch. I just woke up. Like I went to bed at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, that's what they said.
You step on the cat?
Yes.
No.
So where'd it go? Oh, well, here it is.
Link needs some attention. Okay.
So I
see if Madison comes up here.
There he is. Do 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 do. Should have named him Ganon.
I should have. He looks like it.
Ganondorf.
So
Ganon cat.
So I ordered this. I go online at 2:15. I'm assuming this thing's going to go live at 3 a.m. Eastern time because that's midnight Pacific. So I'm like, all right, but let me give it a shot. And the three websites are Amazon, Best Buy, and Target. I kept checking. So I go to Best Buy, and like Charles said, the yellow box popped up. I'm like, ooh. So I press it. It says something like you have to wait because so many people trying. I'm like, okay, I got in on this quick. Did it, ordered it, sweet, got a confirmation. 2:27 a.m. Your Best Buy order has been canceled. Reason being, they couldn't verify me, which I don't even know what that meant. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure I'm signed in. Because I was using Apple Pay. Maybe it's something weird.
Oh, could be that.
All right. So I sign in, go for it, click it again, purchase it. Sweet. Got my confirmation. 2:34 a.m. Your Best Buy order has been canceled for the same reason. I was like, now, if you know me, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yes.
So I try 3 more times. 2:44, 3:11, and 4:28 a.m. each time, whether it's shipping or pickup in store, each one of those been canceled. Best Buy, you can kiss my rear at this point.
Did you go to sleep and wake up in between, or were you just awake the whole time?
I was up. I was up. I didn't go to bed until like midnight last night.
You know what you should have done? You should have ordered it 10 minutes. No, you should have ordered it 10 minutes ago, like I just did.
So finally at like, I don't know, like either 7:45 or 8, a little after 8 o'clock, Target had it. So I ordered it on Target. That went through and it stayed, and I get a good 5% off because I'm a Red Card member. So Charles, when he made a point saying that, hey, I got it today before you guys, my Target order is not going to come till Wednesday.
Wait a minute.
At least you're getting it.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
So I ordered it. I ordered it 10 minutes ago, and I'm getting it before you because mine gets here Monday.
Well, here's what I did. Because Charles kind of challenged me without challenging me, I ended up going to Amazon. I ordered it on Amazon as well last night. So I'm getting the Amazon one tomorrow, which is Sunday. And then I'm getting the one from Target on Wednesday.
Cancel the Target one.
I win.
I can't. It's already shipped.
I win.
You still win, but now not by a large margin anymore.
Well, I win on how quickly I ordered it.
This is true. Oh, here's
I win on I never got rejected.
Here's the thing I want to mention. That's the story of my life, rejection. Here's the thing I want to mention, though. So I'm on Amazon, and again, this is, throughout the morning, because I don't know when it finally went live on Amazon, but when I refreshed at one point, I would say a little after 8 a.m. No, maybe even after, maybe like 5 or 6 a.m. It was already on sale for $75. Like the markups already, and this is
I checked Amazon the day of, and it was up at like $120. It was ridiculous.
The scalpers had it posted selling before Amazon was officially selling it.
Oh wow!
The highest I saw, one was like for $225, but beyond that, it was going for like $140, and the $75 one eventually disappeared. So I think someone bought it. So it stinks because Nintendo has assured that they will continue to ship these to retailers through March. So I don't know. It
just depends on how badly you want
it. For Christmas, I get it.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Charles, I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad it works. And I'm glad it's awesome. I can't wait to get mine, and when Ant gets his.
Yeah, I'll post the pictures up to the page once the episode drops.
Yeah,
fantastic.
And when I get mine, it'll go on my shelf and never get opened. You know how it goes here.
Listen, I don't blame, because after March you can't get it anymore, so it kind of turns into a collector's.
True, and the odds of me playing it are not that great. So it really would be me just collecting.
It's one of those things that it fits perfectly into a dress shirt pocket. So
that's the whole idea. It's for travel. So
yeah, exactly.
The only downfall is that it doesn't come with a case. So I'm trying to figure out how I might get.
I'm sure you can find one. I'm sure there's a third party.
I have a lovely little Nintendo Game Boy fanny pack that can fit it.
That is true, and I really like that fanny pack.
I know you do.
Excuse me. I guess waist pack for our fans over there in the UK.
Yes.
So that's the Game & Watch. Very awesome. But not the only system that got released this week, because Ant, you got a story here about a system a little bit larger and a lot more cumbersome to travel with?
Just a tad. But before I go into that, we should also point out that last Tuesday, the Xbox Series X dropped. Is that the one that it's called? I don't remember
Yes.
the name. Right? Xbox
Series X and Series X, but
Yes.
X is the big one.
Right. So the Xbox Series X dropped on Tuesday. The reviews that I've read online so far have been overwhelmingly positive. And actually, when they've already done like comparisons to the PlayStation 5, and apparently it has a faster, I want to say it has a slightly faster frame rate than the PS5. Nothing really,
Okay.
yeah, no, or frames per second. Yeah, I mean nothing really significant. But for people who are looking for like the fastest, it's like you want to go Xbox, which is what I did not do, because what I did was when back in, I want to say in September I think it was when the pre-orders went
Probably.
live. Yeah, so in September when the pre-orders went live, I got my hands on a Sony PlayStation 5.
Nice.
And the concern, of course, was going to be, well, first off, will it actually show up? Because there were a lot of issues with the pre-orders, and people were getting their pre-orders canceled or delayed.
Like me.
Like a month later.
Mhm.
So, and then there was the fun part with Target, because I actually pre-ordered 2. Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. And but both of yours got canceled?
Why?
No,
I
I'm
don't
talking about
understand
with
why
the
you
Game
guys
Boy.
always order multiples.
Well, no. There's a story behind why I pre-ordered 2.
Anthony has 2 televisions. That's why.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
No. Well, and we'll talk about that in a second too. I pre-ordered one on Walmart for myself. I pre-ordered another one on Target for my friend Mike, because about, I don't know, 6, 7 months ago, Mike and I struck a barter deal. I bought him a PS5, and he is now shipping me, now that he's received his PlayStation 5, he is shipping me a retro console that I do not have in my collection.
Ooh, and which one would that
Wow,
be?
what is that all about?
And I will
What's
reveal that.
left?
And I will reveal that when it arrives.
Spoilers.
Is it a 32X?
Needless to say,
Sharp
that the
X6
value of said console is the same or possibly worth more than the PlayStation 5 that I got.
My question is, and you don't have to answer it, I'm just thinking out loud.
And I'm not going to.
Yeah, like no, not what console it is, just like what does your friend do that he can get his hands on this particular console that would require you to purchase a PS5 to do the switch? But
this is a console. This is a console he's had since his childhood, and he is doing the whole, I'm cleaning stuff out of my house, I'm selling things and stuff. And he came to me because he knows that I collect consoles. He said, "Hey, do you have this console in your collection?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Do you want to?" I was like, he's like, "I'm going to put it up on eBay unless you want to buy it." I said, "Yeah, I'll buy it from you." And we were talking, and he's like, "You know what? If you can pre-order me a PS5, we'll call it even." And I'm like, "Okay."
What the hell is worth $500?
Sharp X 68,000.
That would be awesome, but that wasn't here in the U.S. So.
And you will find out when it arrives. Anyway, let's not get hung up on it. So anyway, Xbox Series X came out on Tuesday, and then on Thursday we had the release of the Sony PlayStation 5. And because I ordered mine through Walmart, thankfully it came the same day. People that ordered it through Target were getting delivery dates as late as the 18th, which was causing an uproar online, especially on Reddit. People were losing their minds because they had to wait a week.
I couldn't wait 5 days to get a Game & Watch. I had to go order it on Amazon, and mostly that's because of Charles.
Well, yeah. See, there's with competition that kind of happens. So anyway, so Thursday afternoon on the 12th, right? It was the 12th. Yep. My PlayStation 5 showed up right in the middle of a work call. Naturally, I wanted to, naturally I'm like, okay, I was like, I really want to play this thing, but I'm on a work call. I'll wait till the work call. Right. I'll wait till the work call ends. I also had a migraine on Thursday, which also doubled the issue. But needless to say, my work call ended at 9:30 p.m. on Thursday.
Nice.
So
9:31, the PS5 was hooked up.
or 9:44 p.m. actually, for being exact. I was literally looking at my watch. I said, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on." However, during one of my calls, because there were multiple, I hooked up the PlayStation because I knew stuff had to download, obviously. So, so first things first, I'm going to take off my headphones because they're not long enough, because I want to back up and show you the size of the box.
All right, so you know what? Let's take a quick
Yes.
moment for you guys. It's going to flash on the screen. We're going to reset up, and we'll be right back to talk about the PS5. All right, we're back. We're going to talk about the PS5 in a moment because it was a split second for you all. But I meant to mention one thing. You know, I talked about like the 5 times I tried ordering from Best Buy. A listener and friend of the show, the Unfun Gamer, I forgot, he messaged me saying he tried and he showed me the list 9 times with Best Buy to order. And then eventually I think he just... then I think he tried one more time with Best Buy or Target. Actually, I think it was Target. He just ran out, did a in-store pickup, went and got it same day as well. So I just wanted to mention that because the Unfun Gamer is always fact-checking us. So
yes, they are, and they fact-check you more than me because I'm generally not wrong.
No, he purposely looks out for me. I know he like on the lookout, not looks out for me, but he's you know trying to whatever. In any event,
as we all do. But anyway,
that's. So is God.
So
all right, so the PS5.
So where we left off was I was going to show the PS5 box because this sucker is massive. Okay, so
look at that.
Look, I mean, I don't know if you can tell.
No, we can say
for
the listeners. For the listeners, and it's not shocking. Anthony got the with the physical optical drive in the PS. Excuse me, in the PS5, I'm going to opt for the digital only, but still, that is a big box. Yes,
it is a big box. So when you look at the actual PS5, like I don't have a console on me, but like you can see the image here, but it's almost twice as long or wide, or whichever way you want to put it, as the PS4.
Really? It looks almost like an old PC.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. It's built also.
Wow.
It's built also to stand up vertically because when you put it sideways, because of the curved design of the outside, it doesn't sit flush on a shelf. And furthermore, you can't put anything on top of it because of the curved design.
I think, look around in there, because I saw an unboxing from PlayStation. There's an adapter or something you can put on the bottom of the PlayStation 5 to lay it down.
Oh, okay. I got to look for that. I did see.
Look for that.
Okay. I see it on the back here. If you look on the back picture, it's on the bottom there.
I think it's probably the stand that keeps it vertical will also keep it horizontal.
Okay, see, I just left the stand in the box because I wasn't putting it vertically.
Oh, gotcha.
But now I will take that out and
still,
it's big. Yeah, no, it. Okay, do you remember how big and heavy the Xbox was, the original Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay, this is bigger and heavier.
Wow.
I mean, I want to say it's like something around that. I want to say it's like something close to 10 pounds, but maybe I'm a little off there.
Lord.
Yeah, it's basically a baby. It's basically the size of a baby. So I hooked up the PS5 on Thursday. I really didn't get an opportunity to play much until I played a little bit on Thursday night. But mostly yesterday. Like yesterday, I got a real opportunity to kind of really dig into it. And first thing is the menu screen and everything like that, similar to the PS4, except you know how in the center of your screen you can scroll through the games. It's more now on the top. So so then and when you select the game, it gives you the cover art, and you get your options on what you want to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time it takes a few minutes just to kind of get used to it. When you press the PlayStation button, if you press it quickly, you get a sub menu, which gives you little icons where your friends are and where your microphone is and your personal settings and all that stuff. So that was pretty easy to find. when you hold the PlayStation button down for a long period of time, that's when it gives you the option if you want to shut off the system. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
things like that. So like little things, it's like you got to maneuver around it. But then like, the controller itself, now the controller sells itself on, it's called is it DualSense? Is that what they call it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That haptic feedback.
Yeah, the haptic feedback. So that was obviously, I was really excited about trying that, because the whole idea is like, how much different is this from like the standard controllers we've played, where you have the rumbling that happens when you play a game.
Correct. And like with a lot of the controllers lately, the idea is like it's not haptic feedback, but it's like a sensor, analog button. So if you press down slowly, like if you're going to draw a bow and you press down slowly, you slowly pull back. Or hit the button fast, you pull back quick. This, according to what I've seen, you're supposed to feel the tension in the bow, or you feel the rumble getting bigger and bigger, like of a rock chasing you, or even, I forgot which game it was, probably Call of Duty. When you pull the trigger on certain weapons, it's harder to pull the trigger because some weapons are harder to pull the trigger on because it's heavier.
Yeah. So and I didn't get an opportunity to do that, but so like I don't have call it. I don't have a call.
No, I know.
Right on it. But so
I know someone selling a copy.
I'll pass. Not my kind of game. So I bought 2 games. I bought 1 game. 1 game comes with the actual system. So built into your PlayStation 5 is Astro's Playroom. And if you don't know who Astro is, Astro was in the PlayStation VR game.
Dog. Oh.
No, not the dog from the Jetsons. There was a game called Astrobot Robot Rescue on the PlayStation VR, which is probably my second favorite PSVR game behind Beat Saber. It's got a very Mario-like feel, like a Mario Odyssey, or if you want to go back, Mario 64 kind of feel to it.
Okay.
Really awesome game on the VR. They included Astro's Playroom into the PlayStation, so you get a free game, and on top of it, it kind of teaches you, it kind of shows you what the controller can do as you go through the levels, because it's not a very deep game. Spoiler alert: I've already completed the whole thing.
Oh
no, I've already completed the whole thing, and I'm 1 trophy away from platinum.
What I was going to say, does that count for the contest or no?
What contest?
No.
Contest.
No, it's not a retro game. Although there are a lot of cool callbacks in it that I'll save, for people who want to play it, since this is only like the second day it's been out.
I don't know. I don't play Station, so I'll just nod and smile along the way.
Just nod and smile. So anyway, so you go into the game, and the game is set up. You've got 4 different sections, and you have 4 different worlds that you play through, and each world has 4 levels to it. But as you're playing through it, basically, this little robot guy walking through the boards, but you encounter things that react to the controller reacts to. So perfect example is like when you're walking on the ground, you're feeling the footsteps of the character. So, and it's like, very, very subtle, like little, and that's what it is. Really, the rumbling, before, like the rumble would just rumble, you know what I mean? It shakes and that's it. Yeah. This one, there's, there are lighter sounds, there's lighter rumbling, there's heavier rumbling, depending on what you're experiencing. So when you're just walking through something, like it's very, 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 very subtle. So like you barely feel it. When you're walking through sand, all of a sudden, you're feeling it in the controller as you're walking. Now it's a little bit more laborious because of the rumbling you're getting, and you're feeling that tension as if you're walking through sand. It's really interesting.
Laborious.
That means full of labor.
I'm sorry? What did you say, Charles?
Laborious.
I said that means full of labor.
Thank you. All right. So far, this controller is sounding very modern, very up to date, and very like it's using all your senses at this point. Can you only imagine what it's gonna be like when you throw the VR headset on?
Yeah,
it's interactive.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interactive. And one of the coolest things that happened, I didn't even get to like the button pressing yet, but just the fact of like when you're walking, there's an area where you're walking through the rain, and you're feeling the pitter patter of the rain in the controller. And on top of it, the controller has a built-in microphone. that you can.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
So, but not only does it have a built-in microphone, but it also has a speaker. It has a speaker in it too.
Okay.
So when you're walking through the rain and you're feeling the pitter patter of it, you're actually hearing the rain coming out of the controller, and it sounds and it sounds subtle. Like it's light, so it's almost like you're hearing it a little bit off in the distance, and it just works perfectly as if it's real. So
like, does that sound even come from the like, is there even also that coming from a television, or they're really trying to do like this artificial surround sound?
I think I don't know if it was coming from the television or not, because my ears were focusing on the sound coming out of the controller as opposed to the TV, which was really interesting.
And look, we've had I believe, someone will correct me, I'm sure if I'm wrong, but the Wii, I believe, was the first system to have a speaker in the controller.
Yeah.
Well, if you really want to go back, the original Famicom in Japan did for that controller played Zelda, but
that was a microphone
in
though.
the US.
That was more. I'm talking about a speaker, like audio.
Yeah, the US it was the Wii, because I remember when I went to Comic-Con in 2008, they had a Wii set up. I think they had a Wii set up, and we were playing it, and you could hear hear stuff out of the controller, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And that's what I'm saying, because that, as far as I know, the Wii and the PS4 have speakers on the controllers, but they don't really, none of them ever truly took advantage of it, or at least the games that I've played never did. Like the closest thing is 2K Battleground, when you select a character, you hear like, oh, you've selected so and so come out of the mic of the controller. But here now, it sounds like the PlayStation PS5 is really now going to take advantage of that speaker to give you that sense of surround sound.
Yeah, and it totally works. It's like I didn't even realize it in the beginning. Like in the beginning, I'm just going and I'm like, oh, I go, that's interesting. I go, and I thought it was the TV, and then I looked down and I'm like, oh no, I go, my controller is giving me that rain, the sound of rain. I was like, it was just really cool. Other things to note with the controller also, you have to, at least in Astro, and I'm sure other games are going to do this, like depending on what you're doing in the game, you have to tilt it in order to go in a direction that you want to go in.
Nice.
Which is really cool. And then when you get to the actual buttons, not necessarily, I mean, the triangle, circle, cross, and square are what they are. Cross X, whatever you want to call it. But when you get to the trigger buttons, the L and R triggers, that's what you were talking about with the tension.
Yes.
And they give you that in the game, because like in Astro, there's a part where you have a bow and arrow, and you can feel it as you're pulling back, and you can pull it back partially and hold it there, but then when you get to like, it's almost like you can get halfway like with a light pull, but then if you want to pull it all the way back, you got to press harder. And then there are other things too in the game where it's like you're climbing, and if the rocks are like unstable, you have to press the trigger lightly, because if you press it all the way down, the rocks will come down. So you actually have so you actually have to pay attention to how much tension you put on the trigger. When you're grabbing things. So like like I said, they're really paying attention to it. There's another part in the game where when you unlock stuff, they have like this big like a vending machine, and it's got a lever on it that you pull. So I went in there to kind of to get stuff out of the vending machine, and I'm pressing the trigger, the left trigger, and it pulls the lever, and I'm like, why isn't the lever going all the way down? I go, and I keep pressing. I go, that was the tension feedback. I needed to really press all the way down on the trigger in order to do like the rest of the pull.
Yeah.
So,
wow, that's cool. That I feel like that's the next iteration. Like we already got the visuals, we got some of the other gameplay mechanics, but this haptic feedback, if you will, this tension feedback sounds like the next iteration, and it's. I mean, this is almost a selling point for me. Even though I'm gonna get the PS5, it's a matter of when, and now it's a matter of soon. The way you're describing it.
Yeah, no.
Won't be now soon.
Then soon. Just pass it.
We can't. We got 40 minutes.
But anyway,
I'm already done with my part, so.
Yeah. So the controller is absolutely amazing. I was just floored about. And that was the whole thing. It's like going through Astro's Playroom. It's not like an intense game. It's really like a lighthearted game to get you used to how the controller works. So you can finish it in like I don't know, like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a demo. It's a glorified demo. Yeah.
Right. So so I played through that. Absolutely awesome. Love Astro, and I'm really hoping that they add more to it, like downloadable content. I don't know if they ever will. I was like, but the stuff that you collect in there, I'll just say this: it's basically like walking through the history of the Sony PlayStation.
That's cool.
Which is amazing. And then there's a secret level that you unlock at the end that I'm not going to talk about. I'm sure you can read it online, but I'm not going to talk about it because when I got there, I was like, this is the coolest thing to throw in here. It made me so happy. I was like, wow, that was awesome. So,
all right, cool.
So that was Astro's Playroom. The next thing was the game that I actually bought, which was, of course, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yep.
And so I played through just the opening scene, which has Miles and Peter fighting Rhino. That's how they open it.
Okay.
And what's cool is it's also New York at Christmas time. So it's snowing. Yeah, so it's snowing, and so it looks really cool. Basically, they took the Spider-Man game on the PS4, which was insane. Honestly, one of the best games I think I've ever played.
Yeah, speaking of New York at Christmas time, the tree's getting delivered today to Rockefeller Center.
There we go.
Ooh, very nice. I have not seen that in a very long time.
Better early than never.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the crowds will be down this year.
True. Very true. So, so Miles Morales takes place at Christmas time, and what was really awesome, again, first off, the load times for the game. You start the game instantaneously. There's no literally no black screen, nothing. It's like it's like a movie. It's like it just kind of goes right into the next scene.
Does it have to install?
Yes, you do have to install it.
Okay, all right. So after the installation, okay, that's fine.
No. After the installation, when you start the game, it just goes. Like even with like PS4 Spider-Man, it's like when you're playing it, it's like it's got it takes time to load and everything like that.
Yeah.
This one, no loading. There was no loading at all once you start the game. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I was like, wow. I was like, I don't have to wait for anything. It's like, this is cool. Played through the first part. The graphics are outstanding.
And you have a 4K television.
And I have a 4K television, so it's on. I mean, I was just like literally sitting there watching it. I go, oh my God, it's almost like watching a CGI movie. Not there yet, obviously, because the biggest issue I'll always have with next gen consoles, it's hard to get like the skin right and the animation fully right. It always will look a little, fake.
A little grainy.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Although if you see the preview, if you see the preview for Call of Duty, I want to say it's Call of Duty, but they have Ronald Reagan in it because I guess it takes place in the 80s.
Cold War.
Yeah, Call of Duty, cool. But he looks really good. Like, the detail is insane.
I saw the commercial. I'm like, wow, did they have to speak with the kids on that one?
They probably did. No, I'm sure they had to do that.
I'm sure.
But yeah, so
played one that got rejected from Playboy?
Yes. So played through the first part of Miles Morales. Absolutely fantastic. This is definitely going to be the game I'm going to spend most of my time on when I'm playing solo.
Awesome.
So yeah, really, really, really great. And then the other thing that I did play a third game I forgot to mention, because Dead by Daylight, which is my obsession that I play with my friends, they created a PS5 upgrade for it.
That's what I want to ask about. How was that with upgraded games? That's what I want to hear about.
Yeah. So this is the first, obviously this is the one that I have that I was able to download the upgraded portion. It does make a difference. It does look different.
Before we go into that, let me ask you a question. Did you have to do anything to migrate your games from the PS4 to the PS5? To access the I know for physical disc you just put it in and it'll download the game, but like I know like for Nintendo, like when you went from the Wii to the Wii U, or even from like a DS to a 3DS, maybe Charles would recognize this. You link the systems together and they'll transfer all the data. It takes like 3 hours, but it'll transfer all the data. Maybe not that long, but it transfers the data. Did you have to hook up the PS4 to the PS5 or network it to transfer anything over?
Nope. All I had to do was sign in with my account, and I haven't confirmed every game is in the library, but I went through the library this morning because I noticed yesterday when I first did it, the library wasn't full.
Okay.
When I went there this morning, my library looks full. I think everything that I have on the PS4, that is PS5 available.
Even
guess
physical copies,
no, physical
just digital.
Just digital. Physical copies, you have to put the disc, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I already put the disc in and installed it because I know I have to get back to that.
Is it backwards compatible?
Well, that's the thing. It's backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games. However, they're saying it's not backwards compatible with all PlayStation 4 games. So I don't know which ones are and aren't yet. They said that in time it should play most PlayStation 4 games, but not yet.
Will it be compatible all the way back to 1?
No, it's never going to do that. No, which is unfortunate because that's what I really wanted. However, that's what my PS3 is for that I bought. I have the first gen PS3, which plays back to 1. So, so for the PlayStation 5, all of my digital stuff is there. You just have to re-download it. Now, what I did notice is that your
stats,
your trophies and stats and stuff like that, they did not carry over. So in other words, like when I was playing Dead by Daylight yesterday, I was getting trophies left and right. And I'm like, why am I getting trophies? I'm like, I've already got all. Oh, I'm doing them all again. Now, I haven't looked into if there's something that if I have to do something to carry my player's account over to the PS5 so that it'll all count. I haven't looked into that yet. Like, I don't know if all my save states are in there or whatever. So that's something that I still have to look into.
All right.
The other thing to point out, if you are a PlayStation Plus member, I think there are like 20 free games that you get to download when you get your PS5. Yeah, and I added them all to my library this morning. I mean, I had like half of them. A lot of them are like free games that they already released for months. But the ones I didn't have, I added to my library, which is cool. So I have a bunch of new games. And then they already have a PS Plus game of the month, which is Bugsnax for PS5.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, really? Okay.
Yeah. So you already get it. Yeah. So if you're PS Plus member, you get Bugsnax, and then the other thing that came out, and when I was on my PS4 on Tuesday, all of a sudden I see this thing that says PS5 Remote Play, and I'm like,
yes, I saw that too on mine.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? Go online, and what I find out is you can take your PlayStation 4, put it in another room, hit PS5 Remote Play, and play your PlayStation 5 games on your PlayStation 4 in another room.
Yes, they did that. Yes, they did that also with the Vita. And if for the lucky few who got a PlayStation TV, you were able to do that with PS4 games. But even Sony was like, for that part, like to play PS4 games on the PS TV, they're like, just go in the other room and play on the PS4 because it's never going to be as good quality.
Of course.
But have you tried it yet?
No.
The cross? Okay, all right.
No, I haven't had a chance to.
No, I know. I'm just
really early on right now.
But and also I noticed it looks like PlayStation's really stepping up as far as wanting to make the PS5 the home multimedia system, because I noticed like in the last couple of days they added a bunch more new TV apps to the PS4, or at least for me for the PS4. Like Apple TV is now available on the PlayStation, and there was a couple other ones that popped up, some new ones. So it looks like Sony's really going all in. But it sounds like, Ant, kind of get ready to wrap this up. You're loving it. It sounds like this is definitely a good purchase.
Oh yeah, no. I've been happy. It's been a long time since I've wanted to just sit down and play something nonstop. Like I literally am like finding myself, I got to tear myself away from the TV right now because I just want to sit there and go through the PlayStation 5. Like I just want to, that's really all I want to do right now.
Look at this. Anthony bought a brand new game system. Meanwhile, I'm excited because I just downloaded the arcade archives of Sunset Riders.
Nice. Well, the other thing too is like
it's floats your boat, it makes you happy.
Yeah, you do what makes you happy. And the other thing also is like I still have a lot to I have a lot of exploration to do in the PS5. I want to figure out, can I transfer over all of my save states over to this? I also need to look into the SSD edition, because you can add an SSD to the PlayStation to enhance the memory, because it's only 825 gigabytes, and of that, you only have access to about 660 because of everything that's already built into it.
That is such a weird number, 825.
Yeah, I know, but I saw it on the.
Isn't it a terabyte?
No, because it says on the box 825 gigabyte. I'm like,
This is
okay.
Well,
maybe a meg, not maybe
Yeah.
maybe 128
Yeah, exactly.
kilobytes. Yeah.
There's more memory in our fingernails than in the Game and Watch.
Yeah. But hey,
That's
it worked.
that's weird. I wonder.
It worked.
Actually, this is true, Charles. This is very true.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering because actually it dawned on me while you were talking because I have an external hard drive for the PS4, and I'm all, as you know, I'm all digital. I wonder if I can just unplug it from the PS4 and
No.
plug it straight into the PS5. You're shaking your head no.
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
To my understanding, you cannot do that. Otherwise, I would do that because I have the same thing. I think you need. I think you need your own external hard drive to
Gotcha.
set up on the PS5 to do it.
And what were you saying, Charles?
You would think that they would make it a little bit easier to do things like that, instead of having to go through all that work like that.
But also at the same time, if it's not going to play every PS4 game, and plus think about it like this, like say for example, for some reason someone wanted the digital edition of the PS5 but had physical copies of the PS4. I know that wouldn't make sense, but whatever. They might still need the physical the external hard drive. So I kind of get it. Yeah. It's like Apple. Like Apple with the new iPhone, they took out the charger and they took out the power the headphones and everything. They're like, we're trying to save the planet. No, because A, yes. But B, then if you're a brand new iPhone user, you have to go and buy those separately, which would have been for free. So you know what I mean? It's a weird give and take.
Well, and the other thing also, before I forget, and I know we're wrapping this up, I was talking to my friend Mike, and he had sent me a link to something. If you add other people's accounts to your PlayStation and your friends, you can actually you can go into their account as like a visitor and play their library.
Really? That's different. That's big. That's kind of like when you stole my identity on the Xbox.
No, I didn't steal your identity. You were I don't know why you were sitting on my 360. You have no right to be there. You're trespassing.
I haven't played your 360 in probably a decade.
So then why are you still there?
Because you weren't home and I flew to LA when you were living there.
That's probably what it was. Violate.
While he was in Japan.
That's true too. All right. Well, the consensus is a big plus, so I'm happy to hear that.
2 thumbs up.
Charles, are you going to run out and get yourself a PS5? You're still working on a PS1?
It's not my thing. I think I've explained it before. My issue with it, too many buttons on the controllers for my feeble mind.
You're better off with a Nintendo Switch, Charles, if you're gonna get one.
Well, Santa and I are in discussions with that for your
Very
niece and me.
Very
hint,
good.
hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Say no more.
Yep.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Sounds good. I hope Santa delivers.
Well, she's been pretty good. She handled the quarantine better than expected. Although there were a couple of times, so she's working on the Santa suck up points in the run up to Christmas.
Nice. Get her to clean the house.
I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
So, all right, sounds good. Well, we're gonna bring this one into port though. But listen, 2 wonderful new systems that apparently one's easy to find, one's hard to find, and they kind of keep swapping back and forth. There we go. That's what time it is now. We definitely got to start wrapping up. So, first of all, Charles, you have anything? Do you do anything? Do you promote anything? What do you do?
No, I can't because of work. So
fair enough. Ant, where can they find us, Ant?
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can watch us on YouTube and Instagram TV. Just look for the Retro Gamers Podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you want to email us, email @theretrogamers.com.
And we're going to give the cheap plug, our good friend Anthony here, Retro Gamer Zone Anthony, doing episode 5 of their Friday the 13th movie review. Go check out Victims and Villains podcast. Wonderful podcast. As every Friday the 13th, Anthony and Josh discuss another wonderful Titanic masterpiece in the movie franchise. And this go around was part 5. So
I got to wish you happy Friday the 13th yesterday.
Yes, happy Friday the 13th. And I was looking ahead on the calendar and talking to Josh.
I got lucky.
There you go. I was talking to Josh about it, and apparently There's only like one Friday the 13th for the next couple of years. So like we're going to be doing this until like 2025.
That's awesome.
No, it should only be, no, it should actually, the way the calendar works, it's usually 2 every year. So
It's
I don't
usually
know
2
why-
every year, but next year and the year after, there's only 1. So we'll have to make them count.
All righty.
Wow.
And with that, Charles, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for
Thank you,
showing
Charles.
off the
Yeah,
Game and
thank you.
Watch.
Yes, because I just love being dragged out of bed early on a Saturday just for you two guys. I can think of better people I'd rather be waking up early for.
We gave you an option. We gave you an option to pre-record.
We
I'm busting your chops.
gave you an out.
I know, I'm busting your chops, but yeah, thank you for having me. I enjoy coming on with you guys.
Yeah, and of course,
We
my
love
best to Christine and Mary. Please tell them I said hello.
Yes. And Ant, I will catch you next week. Enjoy your PS5.
Oh, I shall.
All right, folks, and we will catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.
BB sucks.